How we doing, chat? Can you guys hear me all right? Perfect. What up, Trade Wop? How you guys doing? We out here? Yes, we are. All right, let me get this scene changed real quick. All right, get rid of that. Just woke up an hour ago. Where do you live? Or where are you from? I'm going to assume somewhere on the other side of the world if you're just waking up. How you doing, Aldo? Fly Peacock Fly. What up, Matt? From Singapore? Damn. Yeah, you are on the other side of the world, quite literally. What up, Kev? How you doing, brother? I have an interest in a trade today, and it's something I don't do, and it involves the YM. So there's a chance today could be really slow, at least trade-wise, depending on just how we trade out. I used to tune in your streams on Discord. Hell yeah. Appreciate you showing up here, too. Mentioned for another LA meetup. Still remember the first. Bro, there was so many times in LA, most of them just blend together. And one day I'll just randomly start remembering stuff that happened. No, LA was always fun. I think I went to one LA meetup. What up, Tyler? All right. So once again, first off, I do have to apologize for the people that supported me yesterday with the Jake debacle, because at the moment, it's looking like I'm going to lose $20. I mean, ES is what, sub 30 points away from all-time highs? If we don't hit that, I'd be shocked. Like at this point, we've already screamed 11% straight up. What's another 0.5% to at least test all-time highs? But also, if we can catch a good trade off of momentum, I'll pay $20. Need to do something in Chicago? I think that's on Jake's list somewhere. Yeah, 100%, $20 to Jake. Yep. Pretty sure I lost my monies there. Something that interests me today is looking at these four indices and the divergence. Because what I often notice is when we have strong trends like this, we'll see rotation set in, which actually leads to a healthier market where ES and NQ remain strong like they are. And then you see the RTY and the YM kind of lean back a little bit. And if ES and NQ can start to consolidate just a little bit, what I like to usually see is the YM and the RTY play what I like to call a game of catch up. And then you look for the momentum on those to start breaking out. And you can tell the YM is very relatively weak overall, structure-wise. It's still decently far away from all-time highs. It's only up 8.5% from the lows, which sounds crazy, but the NQ is up 15. So that's nothing. With what I'm currently watching for is this little 4-hour structure on the RTY and YM to break and get some momentum, mainly just because of the YM. If we just look for today's highs, you're looking at 48,900. That's 200 points. That is a beautiful move on the YM. So I think there's a lot of possible upside there. I just got to see exactly where my entry is going to be if we get it and if it shows up. Divergence. Yeah, divergence, the way I look at it is just when things aren't essentially moving how they typically do. Whereas the RTY and YM are slightly weaker, right? They had more so inside bars, closes below, was that Tuesday's low or Tuesday's high, while ES and NQ continued to break new highs. And the indices all love moving together. So when you start to see those divergences, that's when I start to look at those names that are being divergent for a possible opportunity to play catch up. What'll typically happen is you will either have these two on the bottom show a little bit more weakness, and that can start to drag down the ES and the NQ, or these remain strong, and then you look for these to essentially play a game of catch up. I do that between the indices. I'll do it between sectors within the stock market. So if you're looking at banks, if you're looking at semiconductor names, right? AMD, MU, NVIDIA, you look for that relative strength and weakness. That's all we're doing. How you doing, Bugs? Yeah, Jake, I don't know if you were here in the beginning part, but I already said I might be owing, I might be having to send you a little bit of money. What up, Bullish? What up, Cold? I think YM wants to warm. All right, Jose. I mean, I think they both do. If they both break, RTY looks amazing. And the YM holding this prior breakout area looks phenomenal as well. I'm open to trading both. I think I would just rather trade the YM than the RTY. And that could bite me in the ass 100%. Bro got rinsed $20. 100%. Yep. Jake put me on stream, then immediately rinsed me for $20 day one. What up, Chris? Great to see you too. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in the YM. I just want to see some type of entry, right? Something set up. Even if we just break above this 5 minute, I'm open to it. Throw a stop below the open. We already know what the upside potential is. Is it going to get all the way there? I don't know, but it leaves us a lot of room for targets along the way if we want to trim. Another thing that looks decent right now, Jake's baby, gold. If this 4 hour continues to hold, right? Really strong hold overall, really strong hourly candle already. Held this big breakout area. This chart looks good. Oil, this chart looks horrible right now. If you're a trend line type of guy, you draw something like that. And if it breaks that, I would want this wick low here from yesterday that we watched happen on stream. So there's a lot of opportunity out there today. It's just mainly what do you want to trade and what do you plan on getting into? My interest lays within the YM. Like I said, there's a chance that bites me in the ass, but I'm willing to get bit in the ass as long as it gets me an entry. Yep, Aldo, it's everything what I'm looking at. How about Tessie going crazy on Tessie? Did Tesla rip? I haven't looked at options in a few days, other than looking at Robinhood yesterday. Yeah. I mean, Tesla was beautiful, though. You look at the weekly where it held, just this prior area here. That was a massive resistance for a while. Also, we talked about it yesterday, Robinhood. Did anyone trade this at all? I know a few of you guys were watching. Holy levels. Let's get rid of that real quick. I know a few of you guys were watching, and we got the initial gap up, got a pullback. Unfortunately, I wasn't looking at options today. And then beautiful rally, and it's still going. Do you ever trade NQ? I do. If I really like the NQ, I'm going to trade it. And I think I'm going to take an entry here on the YM. Just because I know where I'd put my stop. And if it goes without me, I'd be more irritated than not. So I'm going to take a long on the YM. I'm willing to get stopped on it, willing to stab on it. I think the risk is worth it. Get back to YouTube chat. Mainly because what the risk to reward I'm looking at would likely be a broader hold overnight. Hang on, what was my exact entry? 25. And then I'm going to throw a stop at 75. So 50 points. I don't think that's crazy on the YM at all. And dream world target would be somewhere up there, if we can get that to kind of play out. Let me fix this. All right. 4 hour side up on YM. I prefer the 4 hour, but I like it just as much as the 1 hour. It just has more weight to me than the 1 hour, which is why I love it. Yeah, if I like NQ, I'll trade it. It's just right now, it's really extreme. Even though I hear a lot of people saying it's like overbought. It's extreme right now. It is extreme. But if the buyers are going to keep buying, I'm not going to be trying to short. I know I talked about shorts yesterday. Shorts haven't presented themselves at all, so I'm not shorting. I have no interest in shorting the market right now at all. If we get a massive daily failure to go higher, 100%, I'm open to it. But at the moment, no. I'd rather be stopped out on a long than just stab shorts. My stop is 48,675. Yeah, NQ and ES paid really well today. Monthly on hood, no. That wasn't what I was looking at. This is going to be the monthly on hood. So hood today alone already triggered a monthly buy, higher low off prior all-time highs. I mean, if this wants to keep getting momentum, if this is a 5-minute chart, where are you targeting prior highs? Is that delusional? Possibly. But over 7 months, that's not crazy. Just up in that area, WAP. That's just where I'm putting it for now. Yesterday's high is 48,911. I always front run targets, but that's where I'm throwing it for now and just letting it ride. And if I'm longing YM, that means the ES likely looks good. NQ likely looks good. I just think there's a lot of potential here. ES could quite literally hit all-time highs in the next 2 hours. And it wouldn't be like, holy crap, I didn't expect that. What up, Oscar? Am I involved in crypto at all? No. I used to be decently involved in crypto, but I had every crypto asset I owned in FTX. And those crypto people know how that went. No, not FTX, Voyager. Sorry. And that didn't go well. But I haven't bought back into crypto since that. Entry is 48,725. How's the stream quality look right now? Just curious. Are you guys able to see like the numbers on the side? Or are they a little blurry? Because I was working on making that better. I clapped on Voyager. Yeah, Voyager was brutal. Pullback on NQ would make sense for all-time highs, but it's so strong. Yeah, JT, that's exactly what my thesis is right now. And that's why I said I'm willing. If I eat a stop on longs, I eat a stop on longs, is what it is. I'm not going to stress over that. But with oil looking aggressively weak, gold looks pretty solid as long as it holds structure. And the indices are so close to all-time highs. Yeah, we could use a consolidation day, but it doesn't have to happen. Looks great, very clear. Cool. I'm on Coinbase, Strike, and River now. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, that makes sense from the floor split. Yeah, because they're going to be smaller. If needed, like usually if I'm just in, let's say ES, I'll zoom in the chart more so you guys can see just that chart. But I don't think it's really needed at the moment for this. One thing I'm going to want to watch is how this hourly reacts. I like that we're an inside bar. There's a chance we continue to inside bar till Asia open. It makes sense. If it does it, I'll sit in it. I would just like to see ES hold yesterday's high along with NQ and then just see the momentum continue across all four. Now you don't want to chop your daily, brother. Oh, I was. But I also said I can easily see it continue. Yesterday chopped horrible, though. That's the one thing that keeps happening. New York sessions are just exploding while the overnight session sits completely sideways. I was even on the London stream yesterday for those that aren't on, and it was just consolidation a large majority of the time. What up, Astrid? What up, Nam? What's the dollar look like? Yeah, dollar's aggressively weak as well. We are at a pretty decent support, but it doesn't have to hold right away. Dollar being weak is good for the overall market. Same with oil being weak. Number one thing about the Asia session stream, too, if some people aren't on, this trade could quite literally be in this area for 90 minutes without moving. That's just how this runs. Yeah, the news is driving a whole lot. That's why what I'm really interested to see is how the weekend goes. Because usually that's when the heat of the news really drops, is over the weekend. They love to drop it when we can't trade. Oscar, I was when I was younger. But that's my brother right now. He has a larger Pokemon collection than my net worth. And it's insane how expensive cards are. Need something to move it. Otherwise, I scalp trade with 2-3. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, even with the overnight session, I still like larger moves. It can just take 4 to 5 hours at times. Sometimes that sucks. Sometimes it takes 3 minutes. It all depends on the price action. Tell him to go buy yours. I don't know if he's buying right now. I think he's trying to sell some. I've 100%. My longest futures trade, I want to say, was like 18 hours. It's just entering during the Asia session and it continues to hold. Like if you longed last night at a decent spot, you could have longed, held throughout the entire day and closed at market close, and you would have caught, what, 500 points? So you can definitely get a lot of really good broader entries, and that's kind of what I look for. It's just if they move quicker, I'm beyond happy about it. Yeah, Daniel, that's the thing though. Asia session, you can usually tell if there's opportunity or there's not really quick. And when there's not, you just ignore it. Like yesterday, I mean, there was some opportunity yesterday, right? Halfway through the stream, oil capitulated. Towards the end of the stream, gold ripped. So there's opportunity. You just got to find out where it is. Oil could do the same thing today. Yeah, I'm in a YM long at 48,725. With a stop just below the blue line, which is the open. Let me make sure I put my stop just so I got it. There you go. What am I on? Okay. All right, I got stops in place. Yeah, Daniel, the number one thing with Asia is just expectations. If there's lower expectations on it, there's nothing wrong with taking 1 hour trades that have like higher conviction of hitting. And that's just how you got to do it. You have to manage your expectations for the session that's currently going on. How'd you guys do today, though? I saw the market just absolutely ripped. I didn't trade a whole lot today. I think I took 1 stab. And I quite literally basically scalped it. I think I was in for like 10 minutes and just got out because I just didn't feel like being in a trade. How'd y'all do? I saw a lot of good trades during Jake's stream and then a lot of good potential during Christian's stream. Had 2 trades, 1 on MQ, MES, but the same yesterday. Got out of the way too early. Yeah, I can see that in this market though, simply because a lot of people are probably thinking, how much farther can we really go? And the market's kind of proved it. NQ's up 15%. It can go as far as it truly wants to. Daniel, there's people who miss those every day in this kind of market. I mean, if you look at individual stocks, Microsoft's up 5%, Hood's up 10%, Tesla's up 8%, Zoom's up 8%. So there's a lot of opportunity. You just got to find the right name. I mean, Victoria, that doesn't sound like you can really, it's one of those days where it's bittersweet. It's kind of like my steak's too juicy, my lobster's too buttery type thing, right? There's always the potential to have that more, but then you see what you did, how you execute, and you're like, it's not that bad. Could be a heck of a lot worse. Took 2 stabs up too hard and locked out at BE. Some days it'd be like that, especially during this session. You'll have a lot of potential break evens. But it's better than losing a lot. Because I'm sure there's probably still people out there that are trying to stab every single red candle on the way up. I mean, I can say that because in the past, I would have done the same thing. Just going straight up. And I'm so used to the past couple months where things, it's a weird shift to go from a market where there was zero continuation to a market where the indices are seeing quite literally 11 to 15% continuation without much of a pullback except for Sunday's gap down, right? I mean, it's a complete 180 shift. And that's kind of what makes us traders, though, is you have to learn to trade every aspect of the market if you want to be a trader. Alan Zhang said it best. He doesn't consider himself a profitable trader, mainly just because he doesn't believe he's traded all the market conditions to prove that. And as hard as it is on yourself saying that, like you're obviously being really strict on yourself, I think it's a beautiful way to phrase it. Completely. Oscar, 5 years from February 1st. I started 2021. Right after basically COVID, it was right at the time where you could buy the dip. And I bought it heavy with shares. And then it was right basically as the GameStop stuff was happening. My main target on YM is today's highs, which is up around 48,911. One thing I always say is do not blindly follow me. Execute the trade how you want to execute the trade. None of this is financial advice. Victoria, that's a really good topic to bring up with FOMO. Especially when you look at it where you say you executed perfectly to your rules. And I'm assuming, do you believe you followed your plan really well? Because the way that I view that is essentially no matter what, FOMO is self-induced. I don't necessarily, I understand FOMO, but for me, if I get quote unquote FOMO, it's more so me being irritated that I didn't execute well. Outside of that, I don't necessarily believe in FOMO. If I executed poorly, I'm harsh on myself, but it's not like fear of missing out. It's just irritation that I executed poorly. And the way I kind of look at that is you just said yes and you exceeded your plan. So if you caught the exact trade you were looking for with the exact execution you were looking for, the FOMO you're feeling or like giving yourself is something that you never even planned to make or do. So you've already exceeded your initial plan and now past your plan. You know what I mean? That's like yesterday, oil dumped. If I was staring at the oil chart and I just didn't take the short, I probably would have been a little irritated. But because I wasn't actively looking at it, looking to trade, that's something that happened in the market that I wasn't actively prepared for or actively looking to execute on. That's going to happen thousands of times in your career, maybe even more. And it's kind of up to the individual to decide, are you going to let that kind of impact your psychology? Or are you just going to realize there's nothing you can really do about it and just kind of move on? And it's not necessarily targeting you for that. It's just a really good topic that I like to dive into. Right. $5 could have been 10 if I didn't shave half my position for safety. At the same time, though, if you didn't shave half your position for safety and it reversed, how would you feel? You know? So it's kind of like yin and yang on that, is the way I like to look at it. No matter what situation happens, I like to look at the opposite. So that way it just gives me that perspective. If I'm overly, like if I'm bullish on YM, which I'm currently long YM, I saw someone ask at 48,725, and someone comes in and says, all I want to do is short YM, I'll ask why. Why do you want to short it? Because then I can get that perspective. I might be missing something. There might be something I don't see. I'm really open-minded in the end, especially when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah, Aldo, I can see it 100% being tough adapting to the market, and that's where you just have to pick your battles. The stock market's somewhere where you don't have to trade every single day, no matter what. And it's just, you pick the battles you want to pick. If you're, let's say, struggling a little bit, either in February, March, or even now, when you look at it, you kind of just understand, be like, all right, is this really worth taking? Or if, let's say, you're fearful of getting stopped, there's nothing wrong with sitting out a day. Sitting out a day is way better than fighting your psychology or possibly even just getting wrecked by tilting or breaking your rules. YM monthly. Let's take a look. I mean, there's definitely a possibility of us getting there before it ends, because we're only halfway through the month, right? That's my target is quite literally. I mean, my target's before that, but that target's not crazy. All the other indices already broke last month's highs. If the indices continue, if the S&P goes to all-time highs, I would expect YM to try to play a little bit of a game of catch-up, which is essentially what I'm looking for in this trade. Is hold above the open, play a little bit of a game of catch-up, start to get a little bit of that momentum stepping into the YM. You start to see a little bit of a rotation, and that's what I'm kind of looking for. Yeah, Victoria, I've done that in the past too. I've lost a lot mistaking a pullback for a reversal as well. And that's just part of the process. I went over this a few weeks ago in stream when I was just in Discord. Everyone's going to make mistakes in trading. I make mistakes. I'm nowhere near my potential, I believe, firmly, 1,000%, not even close. And most traders are like that. Jake's an insane trader. I guarantee you he's not at 100% of his potential. Everybody still has room to grow in the end. You're going to make mistakes. You just got to learn from them, right? That's when you start to figure out, all right, what can I do to help not worry about this, to set myself up if it is a pullback versus an absolute reversal, right? You just figure out what you can do differently with your trades to do that, or even help mitigate the fear of doing it. Because in the end, a lot of times what helps me is I'll size way down. There's times I'll trade 2-3 micros if I feel like my execution's off or I'm just reading the charts wrong, just to get back in the groove. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to walk before you can run. And trading's the exact same way. You're going to make mistakes along the way. You have to be able to execute with smaller positions before you can execute with larger positions. It's just how it works. All you're doing is building a foundation. Just know, we're human. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's also why no one trades the same. Juan, yeah, that's my stop. 675. A trick that I have for holding positions longer, and what I truly like to do, is let's say I'm long 10 MYM, and I get at that point where I'm really itching to trim. I would have no problems if I'm working on holding longer, taking off a majority of that trade to where you now don't really care about the position. Let's say I take off 8, and now I just solely focus on executing on those 2. If I execute well on those 2, maybe I do that a few times. Then maybe I only trim 7 on the next trade and leave 3. And you just work your way up to being able to hold more. It's going to be damn near impossible to go from trimming a lot to all of a sudden holding a full position to your final target. I still trim a lot, and I love trimming. I have no problem with it. It's just how I like to trade. Oscar, not yet. I'm going to be looking at that and Nightbot tonight. I'm going to be comparing the two. But there will be a giveaway later. I do have an account to give away, so that will happen. Aldo, that's the beautiful thing. Jake talked about it either this morning or yesterday. The number one thing about trading is risk. Anybody, I think making money in the stock market is one of the easiest things in the world. It's keeping the fucking money that is really hard at times. And that's where everyone fails. It's all psychological. But yeah, it's right now you're basically just protecting your capital until you love a setup, love the market. Nothing wrong with that. Daniel, Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogarth's my favorite trading book. 100%. Yeah, Juan, I know you don't care about a giveaway, but it's just something we do. Give back to you guys for supporting us. 100%. I mean, Jake won't stop buying codes. Man just keeps buying more prop firm accounts. He won't stop. But no, Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogarth is my favorite trading book. And it's one I've read and listened to probably a total of like 5 or 6 times. I love adding into winners if the trade's there. Like if I went small size on YM and then we broke over the kind of entry area we have here, right? Triggered on the 15, which I'm going to move this to a lower time frame so we can see candles actually move. But let's say we triggered maybe a 5 here in the 15, got back over 48,725. I would have no issues adding into position if I was smaller size. I like adding into strength versus adding into weakness, because adding into weakness, all you're doing is fueling a loser. And that never goes well, especially on futures. Futures don't offer discounts while you're in a trade. It's going down for a reason. Yeah, right. Just because I'm in the Dow doesn't mean you have to be in the Dow. I already said this could be a full overnight trade, 1,000%. Yeah, Spence. I mean, the RTY, well, the RTY is a little bit stronger right now, so it's not bad. But that strength is up 1 point. So you can't pick your battles there. Daniel, I've never read bar by bar. I made it like halfway through chapter 1 and said no. Because that's just not how I learned. Instead, what I did was I spent, not even joking, 3 hours every single night while I was working a 9 to 5, just looking and studying charts. Just looking back on charts, looking at all different time frames. I would go through a watch list of like 50 or 60 names and break down everything. Just so that way I would get the experience. Then I would look back the next day, see how the trades went. Might full port gold long 48.33. Well, you're green if you did. Gold looks phenomenal. I like gold a lot. And oil looks really weak. I would love for oil to break lower really aggressively. Gold can get momentum easily. Did you just hit your target already? You're looking for 44 or 44.5. I don't even know where that comment went. Disappeared. Oh, 48. Okay. Any other favorite reads? Mine aren't necessarily trading related, but it's more so like psychology books. I read those a lot. I'm huge on audiobooks just because I listen to them while I'm doing other stuff. Psychology of Money is a really good one. Atomic Habits is another one of my favorite books in general. I do like a lot of David Goggins books, but those are more so, I would say, just motivational. And then there's a really good book called Unfuck Yourself, and it's phenomenal for psychology. I have more books around here somewhere. I don't know where they are. Because to be honest, me and my brother moved in August or October. No, August or September. And we still haven't fully unpacked. We still have a lot of shit in the basement. And we're procrastinating that as long as we possibly can. You trade the 5 minute. I trade multi-time frame analysis. If I'm trading a single name, you'll see me on this chart. It's typically the 5 or the 2. I'll use the 2 during Asia session just because it moves slower. 5 during New York to give me more conviction. So 5, 15, hourly, and 4 hour. That is exactly how I trade all the time. So I'm just big on multi-time frame, and I just ride with that. I need a bigger water bottle. There's what you think this water bottle is too big? It's only like half a gallon. I can get a full gallon one. You saw more potential in the YM compared to the others. I'll break that down right now. Also, there's a decent amount of people. Like there's 180 people in here. If I miss a comment, feel free to throw it in again. Just don't spam it over and over. But especially during Asia session, market's going to be slow. I'm going to be talking to you guys a mass majority of the time. So that's just how this works. With the YM, I talked about it in the beginning. What I'm looking for here is more of a divergence to where it plays a little bit of a game of catch up. ES and NQ broke new highs. Clear as day, really strong days. RTY and YM didn't even close over yesterday's highs. So they're a little bit weaker. What they did is one of our favorite setups, the daily 3-bar play. We talk about it all the time. And now I'm kind of looking to see if that can start to play out. What'll happen when the market does trend? People say this isn't like overly healthy. I mean, it's not in the end because it is aggressive, but it's not crazy. We've seen it before multiple times. This is where it gets a little bit healthier is when you see a rotation. When you see ES and NQ moving together, making new highs, what can happen is they'll either continue their strength or they'll start to consolidate a little bit more, slow down a little bit. And then it's just simple market rotations. If ES and NQ slow down, less people are buying. If less people are buying that, they're going to put their money somewhere else. Then you start looking at what sector it's in. If it goes to the RTY and YM, those then start to play a little bit of game of catch up. Then those rally. Then when those start to consolidate, these start to rally again. It's just divergence and market rotation between the indices. I've spent a lot of time diving into that. Of course. Where was I? What do you think about gold? Gold looks great. Gold looks phenomenal. I mean, we talked about it yesterday too. And all we did today was a consolidation bar. If this breaks today's highs, you have a gold 3-bar play. I still think if the market stays healthy and strong, that's what I mean by healthy with this, gold can easily go to 5,100, and that can happen in a few days. We've seen it before on gold. We've seen massive volume days pop in, a lot of buyers. It's what gold's known for, volatility, right? So that would be my like main target for gold, primarily just because of, if you look back, that's like the daily resistance up here. Once we broke it, we sold off 20% basically. And that's kind of just where I want to see it target back into. So I would not be shocked if gold starts to get pretty volatile again. Currently pipe welder and the money is good, but you know, it goes, yep. I make half what I make trading you. Appreciate you, brother. It means a lot. But yeah, no, I was a chemical pipe welder. There's a reason I left that job. I mean, I wasn't like union or anything, so I wasn't making over 6 figures a year. I was making good money though, especially for living in Ohio. Need one of those office jugs? My parents have them. They have a water dispenser. We're bougie though. My brother got a reverse osmosis, reverse. You know what I'm talking about. In the house, so I just use that. Which prop firm do you prefer? So on the banner, I have the main ones that Jake trades. I have gotten I right now I fully prefer Tradeify and Lucid. I have never traded Alpha and E8 until today, actually. I'm trying those accounts. So I'm seeing how those go, getting used to those. I've gotten payouts on Top Step, Apex, Tradeify, and Lucid. So those are the main ones I'll usually talk about. Primarily Tradeify and Lucid just because I love their accounts. I love everything they have set up. I love how it is. Those are my favorite. But also the other three, like my fund of futures, I've traded once. And then Alpha and E8, I haven't really given a shot yet until today. Hell yeah, Rye. Gold can be hard to trade. I mean, gold is volatile. But at the same time, this goes back to yesterday's conversation. I said I don't usually trade gold that much because it's volatile, but I love trading oil. It makes no sense. I can't explain it. You probably can't explain it, but it makes sense somewhere in my head. You're hoping gold drops below 3,500 so you can invest. I think the time to buy gold already missed, in all honesty. Like we have a massive monthly fair to go lower. The weekly looks primed to squeeze if it wants to. Like this is a 5-minute chart. It wouldn't shock you if this 5-minute candle closed up here, would it? Most people would say no. That means that could happen in 2 days. Like I said, is it going to? I don't know, right? We just trade what the market shows. We don't try to predict. But yeah, I love the opportunity. I think a lot of people were selling a bunch of gold here, up here or down here. Everyone who bought the gold was in a full panic. And now everyone started to want to buy it again. Is gold a bear flag? No. No, I would not consider that a bear flag. Bear flag would be if it ranged down here. What I would consider more of a bear flag would be the old tried and true, which is oil, right? Big sell off, broader 4-hour consolidation. That's more of a bear flag. And I don't love the term bear flag, bull flag because, and it's not mainly just for me. What a lot of people will do is they'll say this is a bear flag and all they want to do is short it nonstop. And then you get a situation kind of like this right here, where a lot of people are going to be saying, no, there's one. I don't know where it is. Like this. A lot of people are going to be saying this is a bear flag because it's consolidating at the lows, but then it just rips. I just like to call it a consolidation. If it breaks the highs, you long. If it breaks the lows, you short. Easy way to look at it. But I also love simplifying everything. I can explain it more times. 100%. Yeah, Rob, I'm in YM. We're 6 points green. So basically rich. Right. I think that's why I love oil. Because most of the time, you're either going to be wrong pretty quickly or you're going to see really strong buying potential and you'll be right almost immediately. And when you're right on oil and you catch a really good entry, you're really right, like 3, 4, 5% right. Cole, I don't I don't necessarily love trading goals for the most part, especially something like 500K a month, because that's money I've never even fathomed. But would I like to make that? Of course, who wouldn't, right? I just don't like putting dollar values. My number one thing is I just want to trade well. I just want to take good setups that I really like, and I just want to fucking execute. And I know it sounds wishy-washy, whatever, but the way I explain it is if you just focus on execution, if you execute well on every trade you take and you only take the greatest setups, how do you think your P&L is going to look? And that's just the entire thing I focus on. There's times I'll take bad trades. I've done it before. I'll probably do it again. And it happens. Yeah, I just know in the past when I focus on the dollar value is when my execution goes out the window. That's why with prop firms, I don't care how fast I get a payout. I don't care if I hit the exact um, consistency rules on the account. None of that really matters to me because when I focus on that, that account will be gone in 2 days. 1,000%. I also don't try to pass evals in one day. One, because I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on evals. That's not something I want to do. I can, I just don't want to. But it's just the mindset. It's just how I am. You got some Bitcoin? I have 0 Bitcoin. I don't even have 0.001 Bitcoin. Need a hundo for the giveaway? I don't even know how many likes we're at. As Oscar slacking, usually he's telling everybody. Yep. Mr. Soshi? I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but you know who I'm talking to. Yeah, we just call that multi-time frame analysis. So that's the number one thing that's actually the number one thing I trade is just focusing on the multi-time frame analysis. And because that'll give me the conviction. And then any level, broader target, whatever, those are just kind of my guides of where the price action can go. Oh, no, it's all right, Oscar. I get it. My stream is the only stream. You're not one of the top 3 chatters. I understand. I see. What crypto you like? None, personally. Just because I don't study crypto. I don't look into crypto. I know very little about crypto except that I lost 5 figures in crypto, right? It's just, I used to trade leverage crypto. I was a complete degenerate, but there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere. When nations own it, it's not just going to deteriorate. There's not something I'm like, hell, like I'm not like Bitcoin's going to 1 million because I don't know enough about it. I just don't have the knowledge to say what crypto I like. Posh, they're just EMAs. It's just the 9, 20, and 50. I don't actively use them for like execution stuff. I just leave them on my chart. And then like broader charts, like the 4-hour daily, weekly, I'll look at them. Other than that, I don't pay too much attention to it. Sherwin, refresh the stream real quick and it'll give you more likes. Because if we have 5 or 3, I'm in a stream right there because the support's not there. Can't do it. Can't do it for 3 likes. It's just unacceptable. Jason, multi-time for analysis. It's just what I trade. The main thing behind my entire trading strategy is, are the time frames aligned? And if they are, and the trade's a hell yeah, I'm willing to take it. With the YM, we have 5-minute uptrend, right? 15-minute trigger to buy. Beautiful. Love to see it. Hourly is in a little consolidation here. If it breaks, where am I going to target? The recent highs. Beautiful. 4-hour, higher low. Looks great. Daily consolidation bar. If we break that, we can easily trend. So I have every single time frame in a line right now for me to be in this trade. So if this trade stops me out, it is what it is. It just didn't work. But I would take this trade every time without a question. Yeah, trade WAP. I got smoked by Voyager. Bullish. I was 100% 50 or 20x only leverage when I traded crypto. I used to post it in the Discord, but this was back in 2022, maybe. That was the main thing I would trade. I wouldn't even sleep. I'd stay up all night just leverage trading crypto out my ass because I was a complete degenerate. Broad TP for YM is today's highs. It's extreme. I mean, not extreme. It's definitely possible. Around like 48,900. If we get up like halfway, I'm interested in trimming. That's just my full like broad target. Yeah, Jake. I think we all went there. Leverage crypto, we would see 5, 10K in a day and then be depositing the next. Juan, that's amazing. See, stuff like that, I just don't have knowledge in. So I just can't give thought on it. It's definitely something I'm interested in like learning about, learning more of. I just don't even know where to start with something like that. Because people say look on YouTube. If you look up anything trading on YouTube, there is 5,000 videos per topic, and 98% of them suck. If we're being honest. Average trade duration, it depends. In the Asia session, shit, at least an hour, at least. Especially with futures. If I'm doing New York, I mean, we can easily see larger moves in a shorter amount of time, so it can happen a lot quicker. But Asia, you're going to get a lot of slower momentum, especially before the actual Asia Open, which is in 12 minutes. After that, you can start to see a lot of really strong momentum, which does well. How did me and Jake meet? We actually have a podcast about this. But I was in a different trading Discord, and Jake was in my position where he was a moderator. And I actually bought, so I followed two of Jake's trades. And one of them, it was a Tesla trade. Back, and OGs will know this, Tesla was, like $2,000 a share. And he was like, oh, it's a $1,200 position size. Risk is $200. I was like, I have a $2,000 account. I can risk $200. Should never have been in that trade. Made like 2,500. I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. So I bought 3 one-on-one lessons with him. Did 2 of them. Learned a lot. Then he ghosted me on the third. Because he was launching the mastermind. So what did I do? I never got the money back for the third lesson. Then I gave him even more money to take the mastermind. So he got extra money out of me in the end, you know? But greatest thing I ever did. Yeah, no, how I met Jake is he ghosted me and then I paid him more money to learn from him. See, Jake, you're not on stream this time to tell that. If you want to know the full story, though, we do have a podcast on his YouTube, this channel, somewhere, that you pay. I did pay Brett. Yeah. I know I didn't pay Brett. But no, that's essentially how I met Jake. And then it's just been straight uphill since that. It's not like he didn't just say, like, he didn't basically scam me. He fully went out of respect for Brett to not keep teaching because he was going to make a course. And if Jake scammed me, I wouldn't have given him more money to learn from him. So that says enough right there. The written height, right? No, 100% it wasn't a scam at all. But it's a funny story, and I love telling it just because of how it sounds. But yeah, then I think Jake, within 3 months, I was a team member. Within 8 months after taking the course, I was a moderator, and now I've been here for 4 years. So I would, lose out on whatever money I paid for one lesson to be doing this. If that never happened, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you guys right now. It's wild how events happen. Jake, I'm pretty sure if you asked Brett for that $50 right now, he would just throw you 100 and be like, here, keep the change. MM1 in the house? Hell yeah. I need this game more often. Maybe that's how I found my bestie. It worked for me. I wouldn't say it turned out too bad. Low-key a vibe. Don't get that idea in people's heads. Don't get that idea. Fire alarm going off in my hotel in Mexico, but trading is more important. Spencer, you'll love this one. We got hit with another tornado today. Except this time it hit my parents and it rocked their shit. The house, everything's fine except one of the trucks, because it was golf ball size hail too. So the white Dodge, it looks like someone threw baseballs at it. The whole siding of the house and roof got to be replaced. But it's just life. I think I do. It's the second tornado in 3 weeks. Spencer, I had to change Wi-Fi's before stream so that way I could stream because the other Wi-Fi went out. And now it's partly sunny outside. No tornado. We just love getting 40-second tornadoes that just disappear. Oscar, I'm in Ohio. Northeast Ohio, up by like the lake. Yeah, what are you doing in Ohio still? I'm just here, dude. I don't know. Time to move to PR. Oscar, don't tempt me. I don't make enough to where like moving to PR is like, hell yeah, I need to do it. But I love palm trees, dude. Palm trees, warm weather, and sand. I'm in. Do it in your cool. By Cleveland, yeah, I'm like an hour southeast of Cleveland now. I used to be a lot closer, but we moved. I live in the sticks now. Moved to Thailand. I don't see the hard part there is that I have to learn an entire language, which I'm open to doing, but I feel like that's going to take a while. I'm currently in a thunderstorm, but it's lit. Yeah, Jake, we're supposed to get thunderstorms for like the next 2-3 days. We got a little bit here, but out by my parents, they'll get destroyed by storms. I would show a video, but I don't know how well you guys would be able to see it. I'm going to try it. Let's see. Can you guys even see that? I'll show it real quick. But if you can't, is what it is. It was literally golf ball size hail. Just obliterated my parents' house. Damn. This camera's fire, Jake. Posh, I thought that was going to go a completely different way, and you were going to blame me for your loss, and I was about to give it to you a little bit. But I love hearing that you made profit on it. Camera is goated. I started reading that, and I'm like, oh, God, he's going to blame me for giving him a short bias yesterday. It didn't work out. He lost his family inheritance, and here we go. Dev, futures trading, I am 100% hard stop. I will not use a soft stop loss. I don't care about hard targets, but hard stop loss, 1,000%. Mainly because if you look at something like, let's say, gold yesterday, right? We'll go all the way back to yesterday's stream. When gold did this within like 2 seconds, yeah, that can easily happen. And I don't want to sit here and stalk a trade. My main thing with futures is what I love to do at times, like after stream, if I'm still in this trade, what I'll do is I'll set an OCO and I'll straight up close my broker. I don't care. And just let it work. It's either going to stop me out or it's going to work. There's only 2 outcomes of this trade. So, and I've also lost a lot of accounts not using a stop loss. A lot of personal accounts too. And you just hear that little ding and you know it doesn't say order filled, so you know you're liquidated, and it's not good. What type of camera is that? Jake, you still here? You know what camera it is? It's like a Sony EV something, EV10, something like that. I don't know. It's fancy. If it wasn't for Jake, I'd be on a little 4K webcam that I had. Almost at 100. We don't have 100 likes yet? Guys, the giveaway can't even be a thought until we at least get 100. Oh, personal account hurts a lot. Especially when you wait 4 days for the funds to go in and the first day you lose it, you know you can't put funds in for 4 more days. And you're like, oh shit. Would I move stops to break even though? Yeah. What I usually like to do is I'll move my, and depending on the trade too. So with this one, and what I do is I focus on structure. If we, let's say, trend, I'm trying to get this to not be dumb. Let's say we get up to 48.80. There's no way in my thought process that a logical stop at that point would be down at 48,675. Because I'm not going to give it 125 points of drawdown. And what I do is I just look at the chart and say, all right, where's a reasonable stop? And where, if the chart breaks here, it would break structure. And at that point, I would look at it and just be like, all right, that's where I'm going to put my stop. A little bit lower because I don't want to suffocate the trade. Can I do an analysis on NQ real quick? 100%. Order filled in the British accent? Yep. I actually turned off the order filled sign or the notification on Tradeovate because I just don't need to know if I'm stopped. I don't need to hear that. Yeah, Juan, you blow the account and then you go buy another eval just cause, send that thing to the gulag, never to be seen again. Then you do another one just cause. Then you're like, you know what? It was because this is the one trade. I'm going to buy 2 this time, copy trade them, gone, never to be seen again. And it's just over and over. I've been in one of those days. It hasn't been a long time, but I've been in one of those days. I've done it. I've been a degenerate. Shit, I have a little degen hour sign I can put on my screen when we want to be a degen. NASDAQ, it's up 15%. It's extreme, but I'm not going to say it's overbought because it could have been overbought here. It could have been overbought here. They're still buying this thing. When it stops getting bought, I'll expect more of a consolidation or pullback. Until then, I'm going to expect it to keep going up. Hardest part for me now, though, is especially with the NASDAQ. Well, I mean, it's 2% away from all-time highs, so it's not as close as ES. But with ES, it's like 0.5% away, if that. I would be shocked if we just didn't go tag all-time highs on ES. Same thing with this. But with this in general, I can see a consolidation. Am I desperate to buy here? No. But I'm not shorting this. I would need to see some type of structure here, even if it's on the 4-hour chart to short it. The 4-hour looks like the Liberation Day when NQ and ES went up 10%. So I've just zero interest in shorts at all until I see structure start to flip. My main thing is I want to trade with the 4-hour. And that's why yesterday I was open to it. If it rejected this area, set a little 4-hour lower high, and then we got it. We didn't. I didn't short. So I'm more bullish on NQ, but I'm not desperate to long NQ, if that makes sense. Just because of where we are and what we've done. Damn, gold is still ripping. Whoever got in that gold trade earlier, your target hit. Congratulations. Oil's still weak, hasn't broke down yet. We just got the Asia Open. I just heard a boom. It definitely wasn't thunder. How do you chart your levels? Well, my friend, the levels I can't give out because that's in the Discord. The best I can do is get you half off for the Discord. But that's part of the whole system that Jake teaches. It's the chef's sauce, and I'm not the chef, so I can't give out the sauce, you know? It's like the secret patty formula for the Krusty Krab. I can't just give it out. Especially when it's not mine. Yeah, no, that's just Jake's whole system. Tried and true. It's where I learned it. I don't mind you asking, but that's just going to be the answer. For buy entry at gold, would you want for a deeper pullback or support level to form? Yes, both. Either or, 100%. If something's looking like this, now mind you, it's gold. Gold's volatile as shit. Like I said, gold can go parabolic. I said it earlier, and it can happen while we're on stream. It wouldn't shock me. But just looking at this, even something like this on gold, that's a support formed. Then you just look for the buy, right? Look for the break over this structure right here. Should get continuation. And at this point, I'm not really interested, especially on this candle, because the way I trade, my stop would at least be that. And I would expect more of a like possibility of a consolidation or a pullback there. Doesn't have to happen, right? I would love something like this to form a little bit right around here, build that support, and then rip. Talked about it a little bit yesterday, just healthier markets. All that means is some time frame is consolidating at least a little bit. Damn, we really should have long gold, huh? YM is currently up 12 points, fellas and ladies. Faint. I've thought about it, but the hard part there is I would have to basically redo the entire thing, in my opinion, for the ebook that I have. The information's still valuable. But first off, I think I initially made it 3 years ago. So I would have to redo everything because all the numbers on the charts are different. All the prop firms, I wouldn't even have a prop firm part because once I made that, prop firms change their rules every other week. There's no point in having that. But the time that I spend making that, I could simply just spend teaching on stream and talking about on stream. So I'd rather put my time and effort towards that versus remaking the whole ebook. Yeah, and also I don't want to the way I am, I don't want to sit here and like make an ebook and try to push selling an ebook when I talk about everything on stream. Like you could ask me every question that's in there and I'll say it on stream without an issue. Gold for the W, beautiful. I don't love the slight pullback, but all it is just consolidation so far. Only thing that I'm going to be curious about is if we end up getting like a 15-minute fair to go higher and more of a pullback, which could easily retest the open. We're not far from it. We could just be sitting in this for a while and it comes down, stop us out. Is what it is. It's part of trading, part of the world. And what that would tell me is we're likely just due for another night of consolidation. If that's how it is, that's how it be. If you want trends in New York, you got to have Asia session consolidations. I use VIX. I have it up here. I use it intraday. I mean, VIX did get a little stronger towards the end of the day. Main thing I'm worried about on VIX is that 17.5. Because if we do hold 17.5 and get back up towards like 19.5, the chart can get, honestly, anything over 19.5 can bring bearish pressure really quickly. What gap did you want to close? Losses per day. It depends on my mood. There's those of you that were in the Discord know how I trade. There's times where I'll look at a setup in a chart, especially on something like oil, and say, I'm willing to take 3 stabs on this. Because I know if it breaks, we're looking at like 2, 3, 4% easily. And those days, I'll fully say, I'm willing to take a little bit smaller size, add into strength, and take a few stabs. But something like this, where I'm just looking for this larger of a move, probably 2 losses, and I'd just be like, all right, I'm going to call it a night. Mainly because I'm sized normal on this. I'm not sized aggressively, just normal. And I wouldn't want to take 2 normal size or 3 normal size losses. Oscar, you sound like an auctioneer. 113 likes. Can we get 80 more? But now the main reason we ask you guys to like the stream is just because it helps us, right? Obviously, you being here helps us a lot more than you know. But liking it just helps push it out there. So that's all we ask is if you can hit that little like button and it just shows support. You ain't got to buy nothing. You ain't got to do nothing. Show up to the stream. Don't even have to talk if you want. What's stop loss set at? 48,675. Hell yeah, Posh. Love it. I will jump in the sun. Let's chill, Oscar. The flag I got for that one picture was so good. But the funniest thing, I'll get flack for it. Great marketing. People are still talking about it over 26 hours later. So great marketing. Cole, remember that comes if you guys quit showing up in Project 365, if you guys stop supporting, it's got to come out. Got to support somehow. All right. Well, if y'all aren't looking at chat, Jake, I'm only supposed to give away one account, but Jake says if we hit 200 likes, we're giving away 2. So that's up to you guys if you want 1 or 2 accounts. If you want a better chance of winning, all you got to do is hit like. It's easy. Wait, when we get 500, if you guys get 500 likes, I would be shocked because that wouldn't make any sense. But I'm here for it. Give me a count of full board gold on a stream. All right, Spence. Am I looking at any options trade? I haven't really looked at options this week, mainly because this entire week has been this. Yesterday, I spent 10 hours watching streams. And the day before, I spent 10 hours on Claude. I also, between the streams, like me and Jake have been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, trying to just get everything together better for you guys. ETH, Ethereum? No, I don't trade crypto at the moment. I'm open to it at some point, but right now I don't. What up, Snipe? How you doing, brother? Famous infrared sauna photo. It is famous now. For those of you that don't know, it's within 2 hours of me posting it, it has become a Discord emoji, and it is a sticker on the Discord where they replaced the link with an OF link picture. So that's how that went. No, Oscar, Jake got me hooked on Claude. Everything you see on stream that I've made is all off of me just working with Claude. It's my phone lock screen. Now that is dedication. That's PW, right? Warbucks. Isn't that his prop firm or whatever that he made? I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to I don't pay a whole lot of attention to other streamers. There's a few I follow, but outside of that, I really don't. Yeah, see, Oscar, I don't have that kind of knowledge with it, but with Claude, but I'm learning. Oh, dude, I'm basic level with Claude. 1,000%. I make banners and scenes on OBS. That's it. And if I don't know how to do something tech-wise, I just asked it how to do it. And I can tell you, AI, I don't think is fully replacing anybody yet. Because I spent 90 minutes working with Claude just for it to eventually tell me what I was trying to do doesn't work. It's a bipolar AI, I can tell you that. It says, do this because it's going to work. 90 minutes later, yeah, this will never work. It's like, oh, thanks. Interesting trade, Wop. Oil is time to dump to 95 again. Isn't it? Spence, are you drunk? It's $5 below. Oh, 85. I was gonna say it's $5 below 95, my guy. We already done dumped past it. Yeah, I agree. Most of the time, it's just a yes machine. Oscar, just picture this: someone who did blue collar their entire life, grew up in more so the country, trying to work with Claude. I don't know how to code. I can tell you that right now. I tell it to ask me prompts to make it do its job better. Find a loophole. Also, someone asked about TradeZella earlier. I saw it, but I was trying to find a point of when to reply to it. And now's the time. I used to use TradeZella religiously, but I haven't used it a lot in a while. So I don't currently have that subscription anymore. I'm open to it, but I did a lot of journaling with that. And in my opinion, like trade journaling is phenomenal, but I was at a point where it wasn't really doing a whole lot for me because all of my hurdles were psychological. And that's just how I was. I think, and I'll stand on this, I think reading charts and trading is one of the easiest things in the world, but we make it the most complex thing psychologically. And that's just how it goes. Spencer, that is crazy. Claude with Ron was like when they gave that one untouched tribe cell phones. All right. All right. I see. All right, Snipe, I'll look out for it. Um, Dev, I did talk about that earlier. I'll go over a few real quick. The main one's gonna be like Atomic Habits, and then Psychology and Money is a really good one, just financially. And another one's it's quite literally called Unfuck Yourself. Great book. And then Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogard. Those are the main ones I listen to. I have a few that I read, but they're not in here, so I don't know. They're in a box somewhere, so obviously I haven't read them lately. But yeah, those are some good ones to start. Those of you that are pushing for others to like the stream, just know I love you. Also, everyone else in here, I love you too for showing up. Let me make an AI image of that. I don't know if Mitch is in here, but one of the greatest things about coming to YouTube is it's bittersweet, but Mitch can't make or post more pictures of me in the chat of what he used to make. I've been made Amish, beautiful picture, but I don't think I actually. I'm gonna see. I'm one of those people that'll embarrass myself, and if I find it, where did I put it? Ooh, I don't know where I put it. I don't know if I can do it. Oh yeah. Some of y'all are gonna absolutely love this. We'll go up here. Yeah. That's what Mitch made for me. But it was because I didn't have a coffee grinder and I was, no joke, smashing coffee beans with that exact type of mallet because I didn't have a coffee grinder. I don't see the difference. Valid, except I just, can't grow that kind of beard. I would love to, but saying you don't see the difference is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Oscar, what are we at? Like 150 likes? I can't see the likes, so I have no clue what it's even at. Evan, I'm not sure what that comment is supposed to say. Like the first part confused me, but the vibing with the squad, I fully understand. It just looks like you did speech to text and it just mixed up some words. But no, this is 100% just vibing. The number one thing I said in the beginning is I even yesterday proved it. My degenerates for the Asia stream are loyal. And we vibe all the time. I've quite literally sat not taking a single trade and talked to them for 3 hours straight. Well, talking to myself, but talking to you guys. That would be funny if that photo got replaced with the waffles. Yeah, Dylan. So what I used to do when I worked the 9 to 5, and I might have some charts that still have it. I doubt it. Snow might be one. Yeah, I would do this where I would make little notes on the chart and I would draw some type of setup. Like I would just take a long tool, draw it out, write exactly what I was looking for. And I would not look to trade it because I was working and I wasn't able to that much. But monthly makes snow look good for August, holds over 215 or bullish. So if you go back to August, which was, oh wait, this year, I think, right? Yeah. So back in August, over 215 was bullish. It broke over 215 and ripped all the way up to 275. So I'd look back on it and just see, all right, how can I execute on that? Did it work? Did it not work? What could I do differently on the chart? And it's essentially getting trade experience, not to the fullest extent, but getting the reps and experience in chart time without actively sitting at the charts. But I would do that for an entire watch list of 50 names. Any chart that I loved, I would do that. Daniel, we are not putting me in a bonnet. We are not doing it. I don't need to be either an Amish female or a little Red Riding Hood. How do you handle fake breakouts in the Asia session? Just like any other one for the most part. With me, you'll realize when I get in a trade, there's very little times I stress over it. And with this whole trade, if it stops me out, it stops me out. The trade didn't work. It is what it is, right? And that's how I look at it. And in the beginning of Asia session, there's a reason that we switched to 7 p.m. because the first week, not even lying, chat can confirm, because I know some of you are in here. We got wicked out or missed our trim by less than 2 ticks, probably 9 times in 1 week. So we said, all right, no, we're moving that to 7 to avoid that consolidation area. And now it's a lot better. But you just have to know it's going to happen. You're going to get wicked out in trading, right? Wicks are going to happen, especially in times when there's technically still in war times. You're going to see wicks. You're going to see volatility, especially random volatility. Nobody allowed to ask a question in the chat until we like. I'm a beginner trader. How do I look and watch ES to help you trade NQ? Well, you don't have to look at ES. No matter what, I have this chart on my right monitor because I have 3 monitors, and that's up 24/7 intraday on the 15-minute chart because I'm just looking for divergences and how they're trading together. And it's just structure. How do they look compared to each other? Right now, they look identical. They're both over yesterday's highs, both trending well. That's great. If they continue that, then they should continue trading together easily. But there will be times where they don't look the greatest together. One will be weaker, one will be relatively stronger, and I just use it for conviction. So like if they both look good in the same direction, then it's just more conviction along. Especially if you get RTY and YM doing the exact same thing. Because the indices love moving together. That's a healthy market no matter what. Especially intraday. It's when they don't that we end up getting more of like a consolidation area like we got back in February. And that's just not fun. I mean, it can be, but in the end, it's not. Oh, Do I have the one of me on the car? I have the WWE one, which is just weird. I don't think I have the hood one. No. Nope. Mitch would have to bring that one. I don't have it. What up, McSpeedwagon? How you doing, brother? I love streaming. I mean, if you guys can't tell, I'll talk to the chat all day without a problem. The only thing is eventually I might lose my voice. It's just part of the gig. Anytime I say degen or oil or war times, everybody takes a shot. Luckily, right now, we should be okay. But if we go back 2 weeks, we're hammered in the first 15 minutes. Like gone, kind of hammered. No shot. Because all I was paying attention to was oil. I would open the stream and say, we're longing oil immediately. Yeah, Dylan. So the number one thing with that is they don't always have to move together. And I talked about it in the beginning. Because when the market trends aggressively or sells aggressively, what you'll see at times is the divergence that I'm looking to trade right now. Where these are more aggressive, buyers are sitting in the market. You have to remember, these are 4 different sectors. People don't have to buy small caps just because they're longing tech. You know, it's just how it works. It's rotation. Yeah, rotation or something. Perfect. Beautiful. But yeah, that's just how I do it. And now I'm just looking for that rotation to happen. If he says all 3 in the same sentence, brace yourselves. A little triple shot going on. What happens if degen sign is on? Well, degen sign is on. We're likely taking something that is, well, here's a shot. Most likely on oil or possibly gold. And it's aggressive. Like probably a tighter stop loss. But if it hits, you're looking at 7 to 8R. And if degen hours is on, there's a 98% chance I'm just trading eval. And I'm just trying to pass that thing. So it's either in the gulag or we're riding through the gates of Valhalla into a funded account. There's no in between. Like you guys are alcoholics. Actually, no. Alcoholics go to meetings. Functional drunks. Now, see, Monkey, there's a loophole around that. If you just message your accountant and say, I'd like a tax extension, you don't have to worry about that till October. It's easy. You just push it till the end of the year. Evan, I would never drink coffee at 6 p.m. It's not like me at all. Never. Definitely not going to be up till 3 in the morning. Never do that. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've gone to bed before 3 a.m. in the past 3 weeks, possibly. Probably not healthy, but we're here. 100% Sips Coffee. I'd be tempted to get another one if I didn't have one 2 hours before that one, you know? Caffeine just flows through my veins. But also, if some of y'all that are new heard the caffeine consumption I used to take, you'd be shocked I'm not dead. All right. So how y'all like this 14-point trade so far? Absolutely beautiful. Oscar, 600 was the warm-up. If we're being fully honest. Now, so I'll go through. When I was a pipe welder, here was my day. 32-ounce Yeti full of coffee on the way to work at 4 in the morning. Usually I would have another coffee, either first break or lunch. And then I would get out of work, go to the gym. after like 12 hours. And it was immediately either like a half scoop of pre-workout with a Bang Energy, which was 300. So you're talking 450 just right before the gym. Like 450, sometimes 350 if I was feeling all right before. So yeah, probably like 700-800 a day. And there were times I would drink coffee and then go to bed 30 minutes later. Laz, it was ASME stick. I did TIG as well. I was 6G certified in stick and TIG. Rookie numbers. I mean, there's people out there that drink way more than that, and they barely feel anything. Yeah, 32-ounce Yeti on the way to work. I'm injecting steroids. Brother, temptation. Just, just a little poke. Everyone who's lifted wants to try it, at least once. I bet for under 200, 1,000%, dude. The last week, all I've been doing is waking up, hammering first form, right out of bed. That's my morning routine. Healthy? Probably not. Gets me going. That, a little bit of nicotine, and we are thriving. I don't drink coffee yet. Smart man. Smart man. Allegedly, Spencer. Oh, I have a buddy trying to get me into peptides. So I'm looking at that perspective of it. Dylan, 100%. You can be in a dead sleep. You put those in, you're up immediately. Drink first form. I mean, depending on what time of day it is. J-Line, I'm crazy and I have both. I have 3 and 6, for certain occasions. Coffee's healthy, but if you're a red-blooded American, you don't drink a healthy amount of coffee for the most part. You start drinking it and you just don't stop. Steve, I would immediately throw up just because there's immediately. Second off, I probably wouldn't even know where I'm at if I put one of those in. Europeans are built different with nicotine. I can't spell, but I love this chat. Welcome to the Asia Session chat. We now have a valid audience of 190 plus degenerates. I know they make them in Europe, and it's just insane seeing those. But real quick, I'm going to run to the bathroom so y'all will get to see the Claude sign I made that says I'll be right back. Good job, Claude. Hell yeah. Dude, my favorite part is Oscar's definitely Jake's burner account. It would make sense, but it's not. Oscar's just Oscar. Oscar is a ride or die. Claude cut. What do you mean Claude cut me off? Claude better not cut me off. Oh, it's 3:30 a.m. for you in Europe. Are you just waking up, or are you just thriving right now? Aaron, first, I hope everything goes well. And congratulations, brother. That is amazing. We just had someone else in chat, Omar. I don't know if he's here or not. He usually is, but he just had a kid as well. Oh, no. Oscar's a legend. He's just fully hyping up the chat. By the way, the first account that we're going to give away, I'll do it now. I also don't know what the likes are at, so I don't know if we're giving away two or not. A 200 giveaway too. But I'll do the first one. Damn, we lost 20 viewers because I went to the bathroom. Oh well. I'm going to give away the first one, and it is going to be an E8 futures account. Today's my first day trying them, so that's the account you're getting. Run it, just pop in the perfect timing. All right. Well, guys, you know what to do. Spam the chat. I'll close my eyes, look away, and we'll pick one. All you got to do is type, and you get it. Honestly, technically, the more you type, the more you get a chance to enter. It's a cheat code. But I'm going to give it a few seconds. You guys are literally typing so fast, the chat's lagging. Wonderful. Chat's currently not even loaded. Oh, there we go. All right, ready? Who is that? Hang on, can't see your name fully. It starts with Dax. Dax Mauger. Congratulations, brother. All right, stop spamming the chat. And don't worry, after stream, I'll be looking at some stuff for giveaways, so it's a lot easier and can be more entertaining. But where's Dax? Wherever Dax is, I don't see him typing yet. But if you just DM me on Instagram or Discord, I'll go ahead and get you that code. Did I just see him type? No. There he is. Of course, brother. Yeah, if you hit that link Jake just sent, it'll give you my Instagram. Shoot me a DM. Let me know who you are. If you send a picture of your YouTube, just to confirm, I'll get you the code. But also, I don't know how many likes we're at. Jake said at 200 likes, we're giving away another one. So that's up to you guys. Oscar, we're working on it. Yeah, I remember. Blue collar boy trying to figure out tech. Doesn't always work super fast. Jake said 144 likes. That's an odd number for him to pick. Advice for getting into futures? I mean, it depends. Have you traded before? Because if so, it's essentially like trading shares. You just have to figure out the value of each tick and point. And it's pretty simple. I think Jake took maybe a 30-minute power nap. I love how you guys are stalking the like count right now, like getting live updates every minute. Since you haven't won a giveaway, brother, that's just bad luck. Yeah, just not consistently profitable. It's about just getting a 100% start on a prop firm account. It can save you an insane amount of money overall. and just trade small. Get used to the platform. I have a Tradeovate walkthrough video if you need it to help you get through the broker. Just DM me, I'll send it to you. Not a problem. And yeah, at that point, it's just figuring out the value of each taken point. As long as you have a system to trade, you just experiment with it. Figure out what name you like to trade. My recommendation is ES, but I know it's a very small recommendation. Is what in the Discord. The video, no, it's just a video I've recorded in the past that I just have. It's not posted anywhere. I mean, it's been posted in the Discord probably 50 times, but it's not like pinned anywhere or anything. So if you just ask for it in the Discord or DM me, I'll send it to you. Nerd, how fast are you failing evals? Because we'll get deep here if we have to. Your mom did everyone for the likes. I hope when I open my eyes, TP gets it. Well, if you're in this trade, you're going to need to close your eyes for a little bit. One thing I'll say is the number one thing, like the number one reason people fail at trading props in general is sizing. 1,000%. I don't pass evals in one day. I have no problem if it takes me 2 weeks to pass an eval. Yeah, you're technically not making anything on them, but it's just how I trade. I don't make $2,000-$3,000 in a day. If I have a really, really good day, I do. But that's like a hell yeah kind of day for me. If I make $400 or $500, I'm beyond happy. And the main thing I say is most people with trading size, because trading size is what deters a lot of people. That's what kills a lot of people in trading in general, especially with prop firms. Daily, it's size heavy, 30 counts. Well, you're likely going to lose an account like that 100%. And if you're consistently just failing props and you don't want to fail props, just size down. Because if you think about it, if let's say you've been trying to pass for a month, I would assume it's probably been a little longer with that. But let's say it's been a month. If you just traded one account smaller with quality trades, you'd likely pass it in 2-3 weeks at most. And you've bought 29 less accounts. So that's how I view it. Because I'll throw Hail Marys on prop firms occasionally. But if I do it every single time, I'm going to go through a lot of prop firms just to get that funded account. I'd rather just not spend the money, just trade a little bit smaller and just work on passing it over time. When I pass it, I pass it. I don't have a rush to pass any account. But most people, what I say is with sizing, they think they're comfortable with the sizing because they're comfortable with the P&L return that they get, but they're not comfortable with the overall loss that they take on that sizing. So people see the returns and say, yep, that's what I'm comfortable trading. But the second they lose, they tilt because they're oversized. You have to trade with the size you're comfortable taking a loss on. Like if I take a loss on this trade, it doesn't impact me in the slightest. It's a red trade. It happens as part of the game. And that's how it should be. You should never get into a trade and fear your stop's going to be hit. And that's just how it should be. What up, Corey? Sub, with what you just said, that'd probably take me 3 years. Build a machine learning scanner to detect divergences on the 15-minute with Claude. That's out of my ballpark. That is above my pay grade. Not having a clear system is 100%. You guys are seriously counting down every single like. Gold, wow, is it ripping? I can't believe oil hasn't sold yet. Yep. There's the pullback if you were looking for gold. I think we were looking here or here? I think we were right here when I said it's not something I desperately want to buy. I'd want like more of a pullback, and I got it. But like I said, it doesn't need a lot. It's gold. Gold can face rip. I still think gold in the next few days has a lot of potential for a strong weekly close. Especially if we get over last week's highs, which is 4,888. If we get over that, there's a chance you just got to hold on because gold can go parabolic. And all that would be is buyers shifting likely from the indices a little bit more into gold, and it's just a rotation. Evan, that makes a lot of sense. It depends how I kind of want to trade. It's like if I'm looking to pass, because there's times I'm looking to pass a prop account, like an eval, and I'll just use the daily loss limit because I know, all right, I got it, 2 strikes. But most of the time, no, I'm not using a full daily loss limit on an account. Funded accounts, never, because I'm not going to risk that much on a funded account. It doesn't make sense to me. Did I like the stream? Oh shit! I don't think I like the stream. I don't think I did. Hold up. What YouTube am I on? I'll even do you one better. I got 2 YouTube accounts. I'll help you guys get a giveaway. I'm like watching myself watch myself. Oh, nope, not that. There you go. Now you're 1 away. I feel like that. I only have 2 accounts. Collusion. It's a good thing you keep buying accounts, Jake. Jake, did you like it? Because if not, I'll log on to your account and I'll like it too. It's 202 likes. I'm only 2 of those. So technically, without me, they still hit it. Just saying. Also, 200 likes on 185 viewers is crazy numbers. I liked it minute 1. Damn right. Damn right you did. I've liked it through 6 accounts. Oscar is just a die-hard fan. Oh, Ra's already trying to start it. Jake, do we know what account we're giving away? Don't spam yet. I got to talk to Jake. Don't spam yet. Hold off. Do we know what kind of account we're giving away? Or am I just saying 50K and it's a surprise? Some people like surprises. Yeah, Evan, what I do is I just go to contract sizing. It's the main reason I like ES because I know for a micro, every point is 5. So I just do it in increments of 5. I'm really good at math. So I like doing the contract sizing. Well, we'll see what Jake says eventually with the account. But for now, somebody's going to win. So if y'all want to win, just start spamming. I'll click someone. I'll do it. If he types during that, it's gone in the wind. Jake ghosted us again. See, Oscar, it happens all the time. I'm kidding. Okay. Gonna give it a second. And let's do it. Wait. I clicked in between names. I'm gonna go back up. Carlos Garcia Kimi. Carlos. Hell yeah. Yeah, Carlos, go ahead, shoot me a DM in Discord or on Instagram, and I'll get you the code. Like I said, I don't know what account it is. You don't know what account it is. Jake's got to tell us what account it is, but you're getting an account. We'll figure it out. Either way, congratulations. It's rigged, to be honest. Spencer, the thing was, I actually landed on yours, and then I just kept scrolling. No, I'm kidding. E8, 50K. So, Carlos, shoot me a DM, and I get you that. Of course. And there's going to be more. 100%. Heartbreaker. You'll be all right, Spence. Just remember, Spencer, for you specifically, code RT or code RAKE. I know you support it. Discord, perfect. After stream, I'll get it to you. And I mean, so far, guys, we're up. Shit, 27 points. Basically, rich. Can almost retire for the most part. I mean, I don't know if I've ever had a bigger trade in my life, but it's exactly what we expected. I said it's likely going to take a little while. It's just Asia session. You got to get used to it. Number one thing I said is there's a chance it takes 5 hours. And after stream, I'm going to be sitting in this with the stop loss set. Number one goal for me for Asia session would be to be able to take a trade, get a trim, which we didn't get a trim. It is what it is. But be able to hold into like New York, hold overnight with some OCO set. Because that's where you're really going to get some crazy momentum. Oh, shit. I am currently, I'm 21 points away from owing Jake $20. Might have to start firing up Venmo. I think that bet's cooked. Those of you that sided with me, I'm sorry I let you down. We didn't have much hope to begin with, but we went with what we could. Good morning, Omar. We just talked about you. How's the baby doing? Let me call my guy to short the world. Daniel, after the trade. Van, you good, homie? You good? Bet Jake buys more. That couldn't even get you an Apex account. Van, are you trying to get the number one chatter? Is that what you're trying to do here? Are you trying to rig the system? I see what you're doing. Baby's doing great. Love that. Yeah, Omar, we were talking about you because there's someone else in here that's currently in the delivery room right now. Can you trade props after hours? Well, we are currently after hours. You can trade prop firms 23 hours a day, which is why the end goal of 365 is to get people trading probably 22 hours a day, because I don't think anyone wants the 6 to 7 p.m. window, because that just sucks. I'm not going back to 6, so we're just going to leave that hour blank. You'll get 22 hours, maybe eventually, if we can build it. What's your target, bro? Dream World target is 48,900. YM is popping a little bit. Not too shabby. Oscar's now competing for the top comment spot. Yeah, I saw someone ask the reason for the trade. And the number one thing I'm going to say is multi-time frame analysis. Because we have a daily consolidation bar looking for the 3-bar play. If you think about it, my main target is yesterday's highs. If we hit that and break that, that is just the start of potential, which is why I want to try to hold this overnight. Now there's a chance some overnight volatility comes down, hits us out. Well, I'll find another entry at some point. It happens. But daily looks phenomenal. Nice little consolidation. 4-hour higher low. I would enter that 10 times out of 10. I just went back to the daily chart. Hourly triggered a 3-bar play. We got in before the trigger. 15-minute buy triggered here. And then you go all the way down to the 5-minute. And there was a little break of the consolidation after holding this. I wanted to get in here, but I wasn't on stream yet. I wasn't trading without you guys. I can't do that. I can't jump on stream and be like, yeah, I'm already in a trade. So I waited. Okay, I'm back with my personal account. No, I love chat. I mean, we have between, what was it, like 220 to now 170 people at 9 p.m. Yeah, legends. Dylan, where are you at that it's snowing? Hell yeah, Ramoy. I mean, like I say, and I always say, don't follow my executions. Make a trade plan and trade it. Calgary. Oh. Oh. There's one thing that we love to say with Canada is, how's your hockey team doing? I know it was a little harsh, but gotta ask. Gotta ask. Well, tough. That's how you know I appreciate you, though. If I didn't, there wouldn't be shit talk. Upwards around like 785 to 800, I do like trims, mainly because what we are going to be fighting is, let me get to 85, this kind of little consolidation from last night's session, and we need to break over that. So I don't hate taking some off here if we get up in that area. And then I'm going to leave runners 100%, whether they get stopped, break even or not. This is also a good example of, do I move my stops? I haven't yet. If I trim, I'll do it. But at this point, if you look at this chart, this is a 15-minute chart. There's no thought in my mind that thinks we should go down here for the trade to kind of still be somewhat valid, We really shouldn't even lose our entry point. So I don't, right now, like here's a little 15-minute support. We should not lose this 700 area, no matter what way I look at it, if this trade's going to slowly continue. Now there's a chance you get volatility, right? Maybe you look at the hourly. Well, no, even that, because if it gets down there, it's an hourly fair to go higher. So I wouldn't want that either. But there's a chance like an hourly consolidation builds up, but it should never go back down here. So that's where I start to get interested in like, all right, I can start to move my stop up a little bit just to reduce the overall risk. But trade is up a little bit. Was up like 50 points at the highest. Nothing crazy, but it should be over 1R. Yeah, because I think I'm risking exactly 50. So we hit 1R. Not bad. Where are you at? North Pole question mark. So gold is going to keep pumping. Is it still pumping? It is. I mean, gold can, look at this 4-hour close. There still has an hour left. If this thing wants to, it can do this and just go for this high easily. It wouldn't be crazy. Like if I woke up tomorrow and gold was at 4,900, it wouldn't be something where I was like, oh, I didn't expect this to happen at all. I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. I just didn't trade it. And that's like if oil opened at 89 or possibly even 87. I would love for that to happen. Now, if oil starts to fail to go lower and wants to be a little bit of a pain, that's where things are like, all right, now it's just consolidating. Maybe the indices consolidate a little bit. But I still like what we're in. Yeah, no, Dylan, I've actually wanted to visit Canada because I've never been. The only time I've been up there is because my grandparents live on Lake Erie up in Michigan. And the only time I've been to Canada is we'd go tubing and go across the Canadian border and then come back. That's all I've been in Canada. But I've wanted to go up and visit, especially go snowboarding, possibly even snowmobiling. You got some good weed up there. Yeah, I would want to go in the winter because I love winter sports. But how'd you guys do tonight? Anyone trade? Obviously, I know some of you crushed gold. Best weed out there. Oh, interesting. But I know some of you guys crushed gold. 100%. Someone's probably short oil and, is having a little bit of a headache. Oil does that. And some of you guys probably traded ES and NQ. I hit gold. Beautiful rye. I expect nothing less. I would be shocked if Spencer's still here and he said that he didn't catch gold, or at least try it. Currently short oil. Yes. Yep. That's the thing. No matter what chart I look at, someone in chat is likely in it. even if I'm long, someone in chat could be looking at shorts. That's just the greatest part about the trading community. I didn't say Spence, you'll catch it. We already know that. Ever been to Colorado to snow? I haven't. I've been to Colorado 3 times. Twice driving because I drove from Ohio to LA twice. But once we did a meetup in Colorado. We did it in Denver. And the craziest thing is throughout the winter, Ohio more often had more snow than Denver, which makes no sense. We would have 2 feet of snow and Denver would have grass. But no, so we did do the giveaway for the E8 accounts. And something about them, because I just learned this today, is they do have a 40% off promo. It ends Sunday. Cheeky little plug. And it's gone Sunday, never to come back again. It works on the 25K, 50K. Apparently they have 5K, 10K, 25Ks. Didn't know that. That's awesome. Each account comes with 1 free reset, and you get up to 5 resets total. 1 day to pass, no activation fee, 1-time fee. So it's not a monthly fee. You get charged once, and you get the account until you pass it. But the free reset is crazy. That account's basically free. You get 2 tries. At that point, I'll be honest, I would be half tempted to yeet the first one. And if that doesn't work, just do the free reset and try in the second one. Right. I'm 45 minutes, like southeast of Cleveland. Oscar, we were getting 2 foot of snow in a week. Mudbutt, that is the E8 market accounts. So they're a prop firm that Jake trades. I'm trying them out today. That's what this YM trades on, is E8. I haven't looked at my broker this entire time, which is kind of crazy. So I didn't even know what I was up at all. But trade's doing well. That was the first time I actually opened it because I've been too focused on you guys. But yeah, so it's 40% off, ends Sunday. And then that sale is, I guess, gone forever. They're never doing it again. And 1 day to pass, no activation fee, and it's a 1-time fee. And you get 1 free reset. How's your trading day with E8? Wild, you're actually looking at it. This trade is the first trade I took on E8. Hell yeah, John. I used to go to Columbus like every other week because 5 of my buddies went to OSU. I liked it quicker than quick because I just blew my free account from the Discord. You just blew your free brother. Well, hopefully the next one does well, and hopefully you win another one. I don't think you guys could hear that, but it sounded like something near me just exploded. Yeah, I think Hood has a really good chance to pivot here. I mean, we talked about Hood yesterday. I really liked Hood. Unfortunately, I didn't trade options today. Could be considered a mistake. But what do you have? Technically, this is a monthly high or low. In reality, because the last real pivot's down here. Retest at all-time highs. As long as this month holds above 85, you have a monthly buy setup. And my first target would be 98. I talked about it yesterday. That would be like my first overall target. And over that, full honesty, like I'd be looking towards the 150s again. And it's crazy. The funny thing is I talked about Hood last week and 2 weeks ago. And it's doing really well off the 65 level. So I hope some of you guys that have been on stream in Discord got some. Aiden, that's beautiful. Yeah, I love Hood. Especially because during that entire downturn was when they were adding the prediction markets. Like they're not just a trading platform. You also have to think of how big prediction markets are. Do I think it's insane that prediction markets are on a prop firm? Yeah. But they're smart because they know if you're looking at a series of traders, the more degenerate ones, there's probably a 98% chance they have a Robinhood account. 1,000%. If you look at Wall Street bets, all Robinhood accounts, you know where they know what their audience is. I'm not saying just because you have a Robinhood account, you're a degenerate. I have a Robinhood account, but I am also partly degenerate. No com, still no silver. It's probably going parabolic right now, I would assume. I would assume it is going parabolic. Wild, I don't trade minis. I trade micros, but I'll trade 10 to 15 micros without a problem on the indices. Right now, I'm on an eval, so I am in 20 micros. So with evals, I'll grab a few more micros. It doesn't bother me at all. But on a funded account, it's usually like 10. If the trade's really good, I think there's a tight stop, 15. Yep, so there's the link for the E8 accounts. I forgot to post that. That's my beat. But so far, I like them, especially the free reset. Love you, Jake. See you tomorrow, brother. You probably won't go to bed yet, but you'll try. Aiden, the number one thing I won't do is give advice on how to execute on a position. I won't tell anyone to buy anything just because that's number one thing I tell people is if they ask for advice or if they try to give me money, I'll lose all of it. It's the number one thing I'll say. But yeah, I can't give advice on what to do with your calls. You have a trade plan, trade with it, and just ride with that. Just stick to your plan and ride it. See you later, Calum, if you're hopping off. Love you, brother. Tight stop on ES is 5 points. Yes. On YM, usually 40-50 is not bad, right? It's like 0.1%, which is similar to 6 points on ES. That's usually what I use for like tighter stops, but each index is different. A 5-point stop would technically be a 26-point stop on NQ, but a 26-point stop on NQ most of the time can be insanely tight, except maybe during Asia session. Yeah, Aiden. I mean, you said it the best, but I do love the seasons. That's one thing I'll say. I love having 4 seasons, even though I have first winter, second winter, and third winter, and early spring, but it's just part of it. I think it's more so just families in the area. So that's the main reason I'm here. If I didn't have family, I would find somewhere just to travel. I would still travel 100%. I've thought about going places in the future for like a month, but also if I want to. I know I have a home in Puerto Rico if I want to go visit for 3 months straight. Oscar about to go manipulate the 15-minute candle. Enjoy, Spencer. Have a good one, brother. Yeah, I'll probably hop off soon. I'm likely going to move stop up to 700, maybe even just shy of it, and then let the trade run. If you want to trim, trim. If you want to leave stop, leave stop. If you want to go no stop and be a complete degenerate, don't recommend it, but you do you, Pookie. With that though, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I think we had a pretty good stream. You guys went crazy on the likes. It does help that half of you were yelling at everybody else to like it, but I appreciate it. Well, I appreciate y'all showing up. I think it was a great stream, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, Alan streams 1 p.m. Eastern for the London session. If you're awake, go show him some love, right? He's new to this. He hasn't streamed before. Show him some love. Show him some support, even if it's just a little comment, maybe a little like. But with that,